What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. This episode we are going to be working on a manifold for my good buddy, my brother, Hillbilly Creations Jacobson mud mower tractor build. Now, for some of y'all who may or may not know, I have a love-hate relationship with that tractor. Before the full-blown project of his began, I did a few projects for him, and one of them was the exhaust. He went ahead and broke the exhaust multiple times, and I think I might have a clip of it here and there. I'll double check. But the main issue he had was the material the original 60s manifold came in, which was cast steel. Now, cast steel is incredibly hard to weld on when you don't have the right equipment. But now that Hillbilly got himself a brand new spanking motor and building an entire frame and chassis around that, he asked me, hey, could you build me a new manifold system because I'm going to need 2 exhausts coming out of it. So that's what we're going to be doing today. This morning we're going to make the foundations out of, I think this is what, 1/4 inch thick? Yeah, 1/4 inch thick plate steel right here. It's going to be similar to my Harley exhaust system, where instead of having the manifold coming up and super thick like this, I'm essentially going to make just a flat plate, just a little thinner than this, so it has plenty of clearance for the engine studs to bolt up into. I'm going to make the engine stud holes just a little bit bigger than what the stock is. We were actually surprised this original manifold actually slipped on over. Then we were going to have to go down in the back of the shop, dig out some old exhaust parts to actually start fabricating it all. I'll get into layer detail about what type of exhaust he wants further on in this episode. Alright, so stay tuned. Make sure you hit that like button, hit that notification bell for more episodes to come, and let's get into it. So in order to make the template, again, this dog is going crazy today. I'm just going to spray paint it. There we go. And down there. So what that's going to do is going to make a general outline. And I'm just going to drill out the black dots and cut away the black shadowing. So we're going to let that cool quickly. Spray paint, move it over a couple inches. Making our spray, and we should be able to start cutting out the rough shape. And while that's happening, I'm going to dig out some old exhaust parts, see what I can use to make this work. Alright, so we might have found the right exhaust pipe we need for this project. It's just been collecting so much dust and cobwebs. It'll be nice to actually put this thing, repurpose it, and put it to good use. So we just gotta cut off a few of these tabs here. I'm gonna try salvaging like these large tabs here, if I actually can, and see if we can make it integrate into a new bracket for the Jacobson mud mower. Thank you. So what I'm gonna run the zip cuts. This just right up in here, Maybe cut off this end. I'm not too sure yet. I just basically want to take off this heat shielding right off the original pipe and make it 2 separate entities. I got a few more pipes I gotta do that to, so let's get to it. Okay, y'all, what's up? So I just came back from Jack's Motorcycles there. He's kind of been my go-to guy for odds and ends. I did not have enough exhaust pipe for me to build the type of exhaust that Hillbilly Creations wants, so $20, just go rummage through a pile of rusty old pipes, and I think I found a few good bangers, because what he's going for is similar to my exhaust on my chopper. It's a 2-in-1 system. But he's going to have his point straight up, and luckily I found a perfect 2-in-1 merge, so I'm fucking jacked about that. Thank you, Jack Motorcycles. He ain't sponsored this channel, but if you're in the Comox Valley or Lazo area, Vancouver Island, head on over and check him out. Support him. He's a local bike supplier. He has a junkyard in the back full of odds and ends, and he'll try to work you a good deal. If he doesn't have it in store, he'll hunt them down for you, or he'll have contacts, plenty of contacts. He's been in this business for years, and he'll reach out to them, or he'll have you reach out to them and see if you can get what you need. So I'm going to make a few more stops for my grandfather there, and I'll be right back with you when we're in the shop checking them all out. Okay, y'all, so like I said, came back from Jack's, got the extra exhaust pipe. A lot of that stuff I'm going to chop and fit over at Hillbilly's shop. So right now I just need to cut out the new flanges, and one of the exhaust pieces may already have working flanges, but these are already to the right size that I know of. So I'm gonna make these first, just to make sure that we are gonna have a flange set that actually fits on the cylinder head. So just gonna take out the angle grinder, start chopping them up. Alright guys, this is just one of the two flanges I drilled out. Obviously they're not machined 100% perfectly, but luckily all I had to do is file out towards the meat of the metal, not towards the thin parts here. So like I said, this is just something we can knock out, put together on a mud mower, and we'll just get down to Hillbilly's shop and work out the details when we get there. So I'm going to chop away and refine both of these and get you next, and we'll see you in a second. Alright y'all, cut some flanges. Well, this is the good one, and one looks a little thinner, but after some weld it'll look alright. So it's going to go through some mud. I think it'll be fine. Thick metal. So I'm going to start loading up my bag, get a few extra tools together, and we're going to head on down to Hillbilly Creation Shop. So I'll see you then. Oh yes. So as I promised, we are back here on Hillbilly Creations garage. Thank you for having us.
Oh yes, you're welcome, and thank you a million for doing this exhaust for me.
Not to mention, if you've seen his channel, I think there's a video of him popping a wheelie on this bitch on its original motor and breaking the original exhaust. Now, I'm not too sure if Dustin got the video of me, but I was completely distraught. I took, what, 2-3 attempts on welding on that exhaust.
Yeah, it was a few attempts.
We were welding on that cast iron flange bit you saw earlier in the video. So this is going to be my final attempt to work on this exhaust. If this doesn't work out, he's running no exhaust. I don't care. No exhaust.
It should be good. It should be good because it's not going to be cast iron.
We're taking precautions. Like I said, that's why we made the custom flanges. So I went, like I said, I went down to Jack's Motorcycles, got those extra exhaust pieces so we have more parts to play with. And the general goal is we want to have both cylinders merge into one and have it sticking up one side up here. So one side will have the exhaust and one side is going to have the breather. If you want to check out how that works out, you head over to his channel. His link will be in the description like always.
Oh yes.
So one of the first things we're going to do is we got to fit and finish those flanges, because since I didn't have the motor at my shop, I couldn't actually fit it perfectly too. I can only get it ballparked. So we're going to knock that out right quick, and then we're going to start coming up with the designs with the pieces we have. Alright, so stay tuned. Alright, so, ooh, that's getting toasty, put the gloves back on. So you can see here, this is the rear exhaust port, and this is the better flange I'm working with at the moment. The other flange, the two mounting bolts are just a little bit too tight, so I just gotta drill out one. That one's gonna be easy. But we gotta make sure this sits all the way in. Yeah, touching some of the flanges on this, or not the flanges, the fins. So I'm gonna take my Sharpie, again, trim up this side a lot more. Yeah. By looks thing, yeah, just this end I need to radius out more. Trim it down some. So we'll get it back on the vise, but you can see right here, it actually fits the exhaust port perfectly right up in here. So that's progress. And you'll actually understand how this is going to work out better. So these are going to come out, and I'm going to try salvaging any kind of 90s I can, have them tapered in, and the junction point is going to be right up here. So that way we can actually make a bracket either right down low, prevent it from wiggling too much, or either just two small ones at the Y junction. We're going to see what we have to work with, and go on.
So are you going with the one exhaust? You're going to do two exhausts?
2 in 1.
2 in the 1?
We already have a few merges up over there that I was able to salvage. Yeah, I walked over to the jacks and said, hey, yo, where's the scrap exhaust at? Oh, it's in the bed line in the back. And bottom. I went up there and got hold of that exhaust and said, how much you want for it? Like, you know, 20 bucks? Fuck yeah! So, so we're gonna get this flange right back on the vise again. So again, I just gotta trim down this end, and this will be ready to rock. And bada bang, bada boom. We got this flange fit, and again, we just gotta quickly drill out the other hole. So I gotta hunt down some drill bits and expand one of the holes on the other flange, and then we start busting out the exhaust parts. Let me just show you what we got up over here. Yeah, we got ourselves a nice jambalaya. And like I said, we got some 2-in-1s over there, a 2-in-1 over here, a whole bunch of 90s, the male end, female ends, straight ends. So we're just gonna have to salvage what we can out of this to make the rest of the exhaust. The best $20 I've ever spent.
Yes.
So all I have to do is take this pre-made flange off of a EX250 and just drill out that little hole. That slides right up in there.
Put her in the hole and
just skate from 90 degrees going right into here. Have it stick out generally as far out as you want. Ideally you want to run semi-flush with the side of your frame there. Just you
made yourself a nipple and it was only that easy.
I'm sorry. I'm just all morning. 2 minutes.
Nothing break over.
So Hillbilly here is taking off his front end because we may have figured out what was wrong with it.
Well, I'm a dumbass. That's what was wrong with it.
Would you explain the detail, please?
Well, when we first brought this thing into the shop, I took the whole thing apart and painted everything.
Right.
But I'm a dumbass and put the front end in there upside down, I do believe.
Yeah, because the nipples are going in the wrong direction.
I didn't put it in there upside down. I assembled it upside down. So I put it all together upside down. So that was my dyslexic.
I'm just trying to follow the map there. Dude, I'm a C student. Slow it down.
So this, the whole front end I actually put upside down.
Right.
Because the whole steering system is all universal. You could switch it to side. So
I just gotta fiddle with this just a little bit more. Kind of bore out those side flange holes, and it should be able to slide right on in. Yeah, that should work. It should work. I'm gonna make it work. That's what's going to happen. Alright, so those moped flanges are now fitted and seated. Now we just got to decide what merge I want to use. So as you can see, we have this hunk of piece here. Essentially all I really need off of this is just this junction right here. So what I might end up doing is cutting this section off, welding on a wider diameter pipe that matches the original muffler off of Hillbilly there, and cutting it off over here. At that point, all I have to do is manipulate some of these bends here. Okay, we got some 90s there, a 90 here, and some straights there. We should be able to find a way to have it come out a little bit, up into it, and I can kind of cut and trim it to fit, and then I start welding all the way around. So essentially what's going to happen is that what slides over here on these two exhaust nipples, let's call them, just be mature about this, cut grooves on the outside female end, so that way when you slide it over you can crimp them down with some exhaust pipes, exhaust clamps. I hear you snickering over there. I said we could all be grown-ups about this. Anyways, it's going to slide over, clamp down, and then we only have to have essentially one brace that comes up underneath. Maybe some bolts running into the backside or something that go like. Even if we have to get, oh jeez, Derry, chill, bud.
Did I scare you?
Yeah, just a little. We can get a normal exhaust bracket that you have on a truck or something that can run right through here and clamp down on it. So we get a U section here, and that should help clamp it into place on the side here. So it should in theory be straightforward. It's all about finding the right diameter pipes that we have, the 90s, and some straights. Alright, so let's get on to it. I'm going to have to sit back and just kind of assess. I'll get back to you once I have all the pieces cut out and sorted. Alright, so we have all of our necessary pieces all cut out. So, for example, we're going to take these two pieces, put these off to the side. This junction is going to be welded together like this. And what's going to help is this axis right here. So that way when both these two junctions are welded up, I can taper them towards each other. That's going to go towards our merge here. And our final top end exhaust is going to be welded right into there. So it's going to be the 2-into-1, and this inner diameter should be big enough to fit the original exhaust right up there. So we can still repurpose the original one. We're going to take this, well, they have an ugly end right down there. We're going to chop right off, no problem. And having this shaft be longer, it'll help adjust how high you want your initial exhaust to be. If you want to have a little higher, have a little more throw for your exhaust, or you can have it shorter, have a little more putter. And that'll be it. So hopefully we can knock this. It's going to be this junction. It's going to be the hardest. So this is going to be just thick welds all throughout, just so it'll be all nice and sealed. But this part should be easy. That should be relatively easy. And these, I'm probably going to just make a few little notches in with an air grinder. So that way you can get an exhaust clamp on here and just reef it down. So, and the original exhaust nipples, that's what I'm going to call them, those are going to be permanently mounted to the engine. So that way this whole unit could slide off like that, in and out, in case you have to do modifications, upgrades, or whatever you may need.
And it might also save it from breaking too.
In theory. And also, again, on the mention, I'm bleeding for this fucking guy, man. I'm bleeding, so you better subscribe. Hit that subscribe button. Red blood, red subscribe button, add it all up. Okay. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, there's boils and squoils. We are reaching to the end. So again, the junction, the bracket is going, I'm not sure what Hillbilly is going to do specifically for the bracket. Because I was commissioned to build the exhaust. I'll leave the bracketry up to him, but as you can see, as I tilt this all in onto itself, lost that on, put that back on. We need nuts and bolts and squirrels and bolt that son of a bitch back on.
Here's the, that one should fit that side.
Won't fit, but these acorns, that's bottom out so quick.
As long as it stays on.
Yeah. Alright. Alright, so as we can see here, so we just tap that. The challenge is to actually complete the merge, as you can see right up here like this. Oh, that's good. Oh, that's a good angle on the camera. So now also do I want to make sure that the merge is straight on this axis. Your, I think there's your y-axis.
Yeah.
Your z-axis, and your x-axis. So I want to make sure everything's... So if I can make sure the bottom pipes are kind of touching, I can already just fill it up full of weld. So, in retrospect, you know, we can actually probably make something...
It goes right under the hood, that goes right...
Or goes through the frame here, like a traditional exhaust bracket.
Yeah.
That comes out and around, kind of like what you have for your, what you used to have for your steering wheel.
Yeah, I still got the old exhaust bracket that we had for the other one.
Yeah, I want to get something that has this diameter and put some spacers and then bolt it through. That will hold it permanently. Because because it's going to brace it right at the highest point of torque, or the highest lever point.
Yeah.
I think we're almost done this exhaust, and we're going to get done in one day.
That's the way I like it.
It's probably going to be the first video in months, nigh on a year, that I can actually finish in a whole day. But my editing skills are going to take another few weeks to finish. Alright.
Hey, you just needed Hillbilly's motivation.
Alright, so I'm liking it. So I'm going to try tacking it all into place in just a second here. I just want to get the welder and everything set up because I like where it is for what it does, considering that the foundation points aren't fully seated. We are going to put some exhaust sleeve, or some exhaust gaskets, that's the word, and that's going to help kind of stabilize it, and we're going to get actual nuts to drive these home, and that's going to be nice and permanent. So you can see right up in here, we could actually, like I said, drill 2 holes here, have it bolted up here, and that will hold it, and it's just going to be one anchor point. So very simple, very straightforward. It won't mess up too much with the body paint that's going to happen. Yeah, I think we're going to rock this. We're going to rock this here. And like I said, since it slips over these exhaust nipples, you can actually just unbolt that bracket and just pull the whole unit off in case you want to do any modifications. So, a traditional biker chopper hillbilly redneck style, it's just going to be a conglomerate, a jambalaya of mixed match parts to make it do what you want.
Yeah, smoke over there.
Yeah, go for it, bud.
Thank you there, sir.
Give me a dart too. Dr. Shen.
Oh yes.
Alright, so I'm going to get everything set up and I'll get back to you once I get this thing tacked up. Now we're just gonna screw it now.
Okay, 1 minute.
Yeah, let's have a look see. Whee! Oh, that looks good. It kind of counters out and it goes straight up. By Odin, I might actually know what I'm doing. Okay, that's actually, yeah, I'm really digging that style. Alright, so once we get this thing unbolted, we're going to put it back on the vise, and I'll show you once it's all done, welded up. So much for the fire. So much for the fire. This is why I wish some of our equipment can run both 0.3 and 3.5. If we can get some 3.5, this will be so much easier to fill in.
Hard Knocks Welding. I really appreciate him coming over to my shop here and giving me a hand. So, come on his camera to say a big thank you to Hard Knock Motos. I give him a thumbs up. He was doing a really good job. And I'm Hillbilly. And Hillbilly thanks y'all, yeah.
Alright, before we conclude, let's get it back on that engine just so we have a nice look, see what it looks like.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, let's go. Well, everyone, I think that is going to be a video for today.
Agreed, yeah.
Good buddy Hard Knock Motos did a hell of a job on that exhaust.
He ain't going nowhere this time.
I'm happy with that, and you know, it looks good.
If you break this exhaust, you're naming your next child after me, okay? That's the cost.
Yeah, no, I'm happy with that. That looks really good.
Yeah. Anyway, so there was a slight miscalculation on my end. One thing I'm still learning on when it comes to welding is the warpage of the metal when you apply the heat, because when we're trying to put it back on, we did have to stretch it a little bit. But again, you just get yourself a torch with a pen burner on the end, heat up the bottom, and just kind of just massage it into place. It should be able to go in and out just fine.
Massage it, eh?
Massage it, yeah. I don't know how I'm supposed to do massage it. You're supposed to go.
I think that's stretching.
Anyway, so all that's left for this exhaust that he can cover on his end. How he wants to do it is the exhaust bracket. Make sure it doesn't actually, you know, fall or kink. This is probably the most amount of filler welding I had to do in a long time.
Man, it turned out good.
Yeah, so I'm happy with that. Again, he can just go over with a flap disc, clean it up as he goes, or he just puts that exhaust wrap on it as he chooses. All up to him. Like I said, this is build. I'm just helping him make sure get this thing on the road. Yeah, I'm surprised that I actually get this exhaust done in a single day. Like,
yeah, no, it's a little bit of tinkering around with it, but hey.
I spent the whole morning making custom flanges that I was going to weld onto, only to realize that junkyard exhaust from a moped fit perfectly on it. That was just well, there goes the whole morning wasted.
Hey, well, while you were doing that this morning, I was banging and beating, heating up metal and straightening metal, so.
Keep him busy.
Keep him busy, and, you know, that's what we can do, right?
Yep.
That's all we can do.
And one more thing before we close up the channel, hold still.
And hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Buddy Hard Knock Motos has come back now, so.
This is for you.
This is for me. Oh, you got me one.
Now for everyone on my channel, these hats are limited edition. They are not on my Teespring. I get these custom made. These are actually metallic thread embroidered. Uh-oh, your camera's done.
Uh-oh. Might have to order that battery there.
Yeah. We'll just help you finish up the outro on your end once we finish this.
Okay.
But yeah, all this is custom embroidered here in Canada, which is strange because our government has Canada's not for sale made in China versus us, true patriots. We have our shit made in Canada or with U.S. dealers. We don't do that commie shit out here.
No.
So if you do want this hat, you do have to reach out to me through Instagram or direct message me through YouTube, and we'll hook you up. All right. If you want to support our channel in other ways, again, I have my
Teespring. We're looking at it.
Yeah, that's good. New shop hat. And again, that's only if you really want to go above and beyond supporting our channels, get us upgraded both in equipment, materials, tooling, and shop locations. So thank you very much for watching, and again, hit that subscribe button, comment what you enjoyed the most about it in this video, leave suggestions for what you want to see next, both on my channel and his. I'm coming up with a V-Star project in the makes right now, and on top of that with my chopper. And who knows, maybe some of his other projects are going to come over.
Oh yes, there will be more projects coming over your way too.
And again, I want to say thank you, brother, for getting me on out here. Keep me busy.
Oh yes, there's always something going on in Hillbilly's garage, and whenever you need my help, Hillbilly will be there.
I'll kidnap you.
Yes, I give you permission.
Have a good night, y'all. Cheers.
Cheers.